absolutely not. I feel a little hypocritical saying that because I wear a long sleeve shirt on a daily basis because I'm not in uniform. However, when I was in uniform, you can see I've got quite a number of tattoos. Although I didn't have these when I joined, I had others which have since been covered up, which were on my lower arms. I always wore short sleeves when I was in uniform, although when I joined the clothing stores, I don't know what you'd call it really, stores woman, saw my tattoos and decided that she would only issue me long sleeve shirts, and that was the case for about 18 months until I spoke to my inspector in the heat of the middle of the summer, and he looked at my tattoos, which were pretty much the ones you can see now, and decided as they weren't offensive that he would issue me or sign the store's receipt to issue me some short sleeves. Yeah, I do, and it's very wishy-washy. It talks about if your tattoos are offensive and if they're numerous, then they should be covered up. But it's very much left to the interpretation of the person reading the policy. I don't really feel it's necessarily a reflection on modern society. I think it's probably a policy that was written some years ago and doesn't really fit the purpose of policing nowadays, as far as I'm concerned. Never with the force per se. I mean, I had an issue with a police officer back when I was in uniform. He was a very long in the tooth police officer, and it was an incident where I was sat in the canteen and he wouldn't stop staring at me whilst I was eating my lunch, and I asked him what the problem was, and he commented on the fact that in his day we wouldn't have been allowed to display tattoos, and I just simply went back to him and said, well, it's just as well we're not in your day anymore. But with the public, it's only ever been a positive thing, and I found that they've been a talking point and have helped to de-escalate situations more times than I care to remember. Although I don't feel they've ever hindered me at all, I can't help but feel there probably is still a feeling amongst some people that they might judge me for having tattoos before really knowing who I am or what I'm about. I don't think it should ever have a detrimental effect on employment, whether that be going for a promotion or different career path within the police. But I have to say, I think I would be tempted if I were going for an interview to cover them up, just so that I didn't have to worry about that judgment being made. And I almost kick myself for saying it because I'm very open about the fact I've got tattoos, and I don't like the fact that I would have to do it, but I do feel that would be something that I would have to do to stop that kind of almost prejudgment, really, because there are still people about who think that if you've got tattoos you're a thug or a hooligan, whereas actually that couldn't be further from the truth at all. I mean, the countless occasions where we've turned up at people being aggressive or violent, and they've seen my tattoos on display, and immediately they've calmed down, engaged in conversation with me about where I got them. They're often surprised that police officers have got tattoos, but I think it kind of makes you seem human. They realise that you're not just a uniform, actually you're a person. But yeah, there are so many occasions over the years